Hi everyone. My name is Elise Vandertop, and for my presentation, I decided to do it on Vincent van Gogh. I was inspired to do Vincent van Gogh because since I was little, I've always been inspired by his work. Since I was in first grade, we recreated the Starry Night, so I've always been a little bit inspired by him. About Vincent van Gogh and his life. He was born March 30th, 1853, in Zundert, a village in southern province of North Brabant located in the Netherlands. On July 29th, 1890, due to a suicide of him shooting himself in the chest due to the amount of work he put into his education and career, he actually cut his ear off, and he ended up dying 2 days later right next to his brother Theo. Vincent van Gogh died at 37 years old. His life and career. Vincent van Gogh as an artist. He was known for his expressive paintings that he used. He was known for his strong and thick brushstrokes in his paintings, but he was mostly known for his famous Starry Night painting. And then he was also very known for his expressive light and color work in his paintings. His careers. He was an art dealer, language teacher, lay preacher, bookseller, and a missionary. His life. He became an artist at age 27, moved to Arles, moved to Paris, and he was very inspired by his older brother Theo. After his successful careers, he decided to become an artist. When he moved to Arles after his second year of being an artist with his bold work. After his 33rd year, he moved to Paris. His brother Theo was his biggest inspiration and his biggest supporter, to which he died next to. The Starry Night. It was created in 1889 by Vincent van Gogh in St. Paul Asylum in St. Remy, France, where he lived for a year following a breakdown in the pain of himself cutting his left ear off. Soon before cutting his ear off, he started experiencing hallucinations and lost consciousness to the point he cut his left ear off with a knife. This painting is painted with oil canvas. It was the view from his room. As you can see, as I mentioned before, he likes to use lots of brush strokes to incorporate the brightness in his paintings. And this painting, as I mentioned before, inspired me when I was little. Vase with 15 sunflowers. He did this painting in Arles in the South France in 1888 and 1889. He had 2 different versions of this painting. Vincent painted a total of 5 large canvases with flowers in a vase, with 3 shaded of yellow and nothing else. Self-portrait. Vincent van Gogh inspired his art by trying to make several self-portraits, even of himself. This self-portrait specifically was created in 1889. He created 35 self-portraits. Vincent van Gogh painted a self-portrait on an oil canvas in September 1889. The work, which may have been Van Gogh's last self-portrait, was painted shortly before he left Saint-Rémy-de-Provence in southern France. The painting is now at the Musée d'Orsay in Paris. As you can see, this painting, Cafe Terrace at Night, is a little bit different. He started to use his paintings to look a little bit darker, even though it still has the color he wanted in it. This painting was created in September 1888. His spark of inspiration was shown after his friend Emily Bernard sent a series of drawings depicting Brussels. He was inspired to explore similar dark subject matter, one that did not depict the sheer juvenile nature of nighttime cafes, but the more dark side, seedy underbelly. Wheat field with crows. This one of Van Gogh's was one of his final pictures. It was painted in Arles in July 1890, shortly before his suicide. This one has more emotion towards it, specifically because in his suicide, he died in a field, which gives it more emotion. The Potato Eaters. In 1885, after months of work and meticulous preparation, Vincent van Gogh completed The Potato Eaters, a dark-toned, which was a little different from his style, as I said before, which was a dynamic portrait of a peasant family around the dining table, which would be a typical family around a dining table. He had high hopes for this artwork, believing that it would serve as his ticket into the Parisian art market, but the painting's reception was negative, even scathing. Some people said, "You can do better than this," wrote Anthony Van Rappard, a fellow painter and friend of Van Gogh, in a letter. This was said by the Smithsonian Magazine. This painting is now in the Amsterdam Museum. This features around 50 different paintings from drawings, sketches, and letters that tell the story of Van Gogh's rustic supper scene. As you can see, this is a variety of different sketches that Van Gogh used to incorporate several different ideas. Almond Blossoms. Almond Blossoms is a group of several paintings made by Van Gogh in 1888 and 1890, as he was known for doing several different series of different paintings, as you can see throughout his work, and in the Almond Blossoms, which is created in 1890 in Arles in Saint-Remy, southern France, and blossoming almond trees. He really loved painting flowers, and he was trying to create more different varieties of them. Flowering trees were very special to Van Gogh. They represented awakening and hope. He enjoyed them aesthetically and found joy in painting flowering trees. Irises. Again, Vincent van Gogh created different versions of this painting, but this one in specific was created in May 1890, just before he checked himself out of the asylum at Saint Remy. He painted 4 exuberant bouquets of spring flowers, 2 irises, 2 roses in contrasting color schemes and formats. The Red Vineyard. The Red Vineyard at Arles, which Vincent van Gogh was unusually pleased with, is the only work he sold throughout his whole lifetime while he was still alive. And this painting was bought for 400 francs by Anna Bosch. This painting was created in October 1888. Bultfields. This painting was created in 1883. It was his first garden painting, and it reflects his early style of depicting landscape. It was created when Van Gogh spent his second year in The Hague, also known as with the name Flower Beds. This painting was created with numerous and significantly tourniqueted brushstrokes, as Vincent van Gogh clearly enjoyed, creating a finer, subtler look, which, as everyone said, was his style. The beds of flowers characteristics of Van Gogh's Dutch homeland are arranged in vibrant colors, geometric panorama that draws the viewer into the scene. To conclude, as I use several different resources, as you can see, Vincent van Gogh traveled a lot and created his art in several different places, so I couldn't narrow it down to very limited resources. Thank you for watching my presentation.